Welcome to the Black Delegates podcast. Today's date is August we didn't run that back. I messed that up.
4 seconds later,
came in too hype.
Here we go.
He was too hype. Forgot to do it.
Definitely don't take this out. Leave this in there. Don't take that out.
I gotta take it out. Welcome to the Black Delegates podcast. Today's date is August the 13th, 2018. Today's episode is episode 27. So let's see. We got the usuals. We ain't gonna have nobody else on this show. I think we just need to shorten that up.
This is the regular rotation right here. This is it.
Yeah, you know, anybody else come in, they playing garbage time, and that's all to it. So we ain't gonna announce them. They don't get to come out and get no cheers or nothing. So we got Phenom.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Happy to be here another week. Thank you all for tuning in.
We got the Don Wine Papi.
What's up? Messed that up too, man.
Box Papi.
I said it like that on purpose.
Oh yeah, what's up, fellas? I'm here.
All right, so let's get straight into it. This week in blackness. Let's go with Ishmael. How was your week?
My week was pretty solid. No complaints really. I would say that my week was probably about Eldrick Tant Woods Black. For those of you who don't know, that is Tiger Woods.
Oh, okay.
No need to Google. His name is Tiger. So, week was pretty black, you know, kind of like you talked about last week. It's black on the outside, but on the inside, I don't know. So, the couple of things I will talk about are not very black. Number one does involve Mr. Eldrick Tant Woods.
I knew this was coming.
Tiger Woods in the PGA Championship, the 100th PGA Championship, which was here in St. Louis at Belle Reve Golf Course. No, I did not go out to Belle Reve because if anybody saw that on TV, it was ridiculously packed. I'm talking about they were out there deep.
Oh, yeah.
It was the most populated PGA Tour event probably ever. And even on the TV side, because Tiger was in the mix, he ended up finishing second. Because he was in the mix, they said that the ratings went up like 69%. It was the highest ratings in 9 years, which was about the last time that Tiger was relevant. So the fact that he was in contention, I like to play golf. You guys know I like to go out there and play golf. Mm-hmm. Not that great. I don't watch golf, especially since Tiger has been trash.
Nobody does.
I pretty much stopped. But on Sunday, got home from church, looking on my phone on social media, and I see, people talking about Tiger making a run. So I'm like, oh, let me turn this on. So I watched, that PGA Tour, the Sunday, the last round. I probably caught him on about, maybe the 10th hole or something. So I watched the last 8 holes. And it was dope because Tiger was in his zone, although his driver was trash. When I played out at Belle Reve, I was hitting in the areas Tiger was driving off of, just all in the rough. But everything besides his driver was on point. So
you heard that little humble brag. He just
yes,
suddenly dropped in there.
Just compared himself to Tiger.
No. It wasn't a brag. I said that his driver was trash, and I said he was hitting where I was hitting, meaning my driver was trash as well.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you hit from where he hit and you was better than him.
Oh, absolutely not.
I took that to mean he can hit. Tiger Woods can hit it just as far as he can.
And Tiger hits it a lot further than I do. Let's clear that up. But I was just saying I was hitting off in the weeds and the high grass just like Tiger was. But his second and third and fourth shots were money. Mm-hmm. So he was just out there killing it. So that was part of my Sunday doing that. I did go to a wedding renewal ceremony, which was black folks, but I'm not really going to talk about that. The other thing, which is definitely not black, that I'm going to talk about is one of my favorite shows on Netflix is finally back in season, and that would be Terrace House.
What is
Terrace House?
Terrace House.
Terrace House. You still watch that?
I love some Terrace House.
I've never even seen this on Netflix. What is this?
So Terrace House is a show. It's like a Japanese terrace, Terrace, Terrace House. Yes, and so it's a show on Netflix. It's a Japanese reality show. It's basically like Real World when it first came out, where they just put some people in the house and was just like, hey, we just gonna see what y'all do. And it's just dope. And I think the reason it's dope, my wife doesn't understand why I like it, because she's like, why are you watching it? Like, you don't watch reality TV. And I don't. And a lot of that's because it's so fake and cheesy and scripted. If you look at even social media and you see Ray J with the hat, I don't even know what reality show he's on, but they were having a conversation with him and somebody else, and his hat was on his head 18 different ways in the midst of that conversation.
It's the greatest thing ever.
Right. So that's why I don't really watch U.S. reality shows. But the Terrace House, they just take 3 women, 3 men, put them in the house. They're usually,
they're all Japanese?
Late teens, early 20s, all Japanese. Although sometimes.
I know why
they're
you're
all
watching
Japanese
now.
or half
Say
Japanese.
no more. I got you. I'm with you. I know.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. But the
Fetish?
culture, not at all. The culture is so different in Japan
Quote, unquote.
that it's interesting because you see folks, I don't know, it's just weird. It's not a whole lot of drama, but it's just interesting because the things that we look at over here is just like simple everyday life. Over there, it's like a big deal. So watch Terrace House. If you haven't seen it, Paul, check it out.
Legit, I was like,
you don't think it's boring.
Netflix. I was scrolling through Netflix like twice this weekend, just trying to find something to watch, and it's just so many options.
I told you something to watch.
I'm gonna get around to Ex Machina. I'm gonna get around to that, but I never even seen Terrace House like on the the list of options. I haven't seen that
won't
yet.
until you start watching crazy stuff. I put it on mine, and all of a sudden I got all Asian reality shows popping up.
Oh man, I watched like some on serial killers on Netflix, and now like that's like a top thing like recommended for you. It's like all like serial killer type things. I'm like, okay, my wife's gonna be creeped out when she goes to my profile. So anyway, Netflix.
Yeah, I think the way I even came across Terrace House was just online. Like I saw something like, this mundane reality show is taking over Netflix. And I was like, what is this? And I started watching it. I'm like, I just got hooked. I'm like, this is dope. So anyway, that's my week in blackness. Terrace House and golf. So not very black. Paul, what about you?
My week was
that was Tiger Woods, man. It was black and Asian. Dude.
What'd you say? What?
It was black and Asian.
Oh man, my weekend was Cesar Chavez Brown, man. Not Julio Cesar Chavez ish. That's just the regular Cesar Chavez. You can look that up for you people out there on
Is
the
he
internet.
the dude that invented Caesar salad?
No, he was like a migrant labor rights activist back in the 70s.
That's a
like
lot
that.
different.
Yeah, so man,
different.
all I did was a lot of work outside, man. I did a lot of yard work this weekend. The weather finally stopped raining here, so doing stuff, mowing stuff, trying to clean stuff out, just trying to get ready. I got company coming in town this week coming up, like I was telling y'all. And yo, man, what's up with like people coming to visit and they talking about they coming to town and you thinking the whole time that they're gonna stay at a hotel because the last time they were in town they stayed in a hotel, but then you talk to them like a week before and you're like, so where y'all staying at? And then they just hit you with we staying with you. I'm like, oh no.
Are they black? Is it your wife's family?
They're black.
No, see, well,
and so they,
easy right there.
And so they come
what
to stay.
we do.
So yeah, well, they threw me for a loop. So they come to stay with us this week. So now I'm like, oh man, I got to clean things up. Just got to just get that little house a little bit more presentable. Buy extra supplies and stuff like that. So that's really all that's going on here. But yeah, they threw me for a loop on that, and I'm not looking forward to them bringing all these damn bags in this house. And I don't have to carry like 500 bags up to the room. I don't understand why your people pack like this. Like why my wife packs like that. But I'm about
to have options, man. It might rain, it could snow.
Yeah.
You could go to the club. You might go to a play. You might have to go to church. You got to be prepared because anything can happen.
These are like some of the country family, So like, I definitely know they're gonna come with the igloo cooler full of like wine coolers or some other little drinks in there or whatnot. It's just
bring the Seagrams. Do people still drink Seagrams?
I'm pretty sure they still drink Seagram. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a Crown Royal sack somewhere in the house this weekend. So the kid will get the first indoctrination with that. So that's gonna be. I'm sure there'll be some Black and Milds in the backyard. I'm sure the neighbors are gonna enjoy seeing that. So.
Go on, text me that address, man. I might have to slide through.
I bet. But yeah, man. So that's all I'm doing. And only other thing I did this weekend was go to a birthday party, a little kid's birthday party, man. So had to go there. It was real cool. It was like an Indian family. They're like friends of the wife and stuff like that. But yeah, they funny thing, man. So they're like the husband is from India, but he's like, you know, of course he's been living here for a while now, and the wife is like she's Indian, but she was like adopted by like a white family and raised like I think they're in the military, so like England, all over the place, and so they're Indian, but they're not really so heavy on it. But their parents are coming to visit for the kid's birthday party. So because of this, they got pressured to like make like traditional Indian food for the birthday party. But all the people they invited over there, except for one other couple, were non-Indians. And so we're all sitting around, and we're being forced to eat this like Indian food. And you don't know what it is, and you're just trying to be polite and eat the stuff, but like, it's just different, man. I don't know.
Everything looked like orange mustard, man. Everything looked like some orange mustard. I'm good.
Most of it was all right, I mean, because a lot of it's like veggie, kind of like a bean or some kind of veggie thing. So it's like, okay, just take a little bit of that, but you don't really know what's in it exactly. So you just try a couple of things, but you try not to be, you're not really hungry, so you're just trying to be polite. Like, okay, I'm gonna take some of this. But there was like one thing I like chicken. And it was funny because the husband was talking about the chicken, and so he kind of like rolled up, the two of us, and was talking about the chicken. So, oh yeah, I made this, got it ready this morning. He was explaining what it was called. I don't remember what it was called. But like while he's talking to us, like I'm talking to the husband, and then there's this white guy beside me, from another couple, and he's just sitting there talking. He's taking a bite of the chicken, but you couldn't tell that it was like all bones in the chicken. So the dude like basically started like, while the dude's like talking about like how he cooked it and how he really loves this and stuff like that. The white dude's like gagging to death on the chicken because he didn't know there was a bone in there. And so he's like, and I mean, like literally he started, he's kind of like, oh, like he, like, I don't know if it like, poked him in the mouth or what like that, but it threw him for a loop. There was bones in there, and I hadn't even started eating it yet because I'm just kind of like, I really don't want to eat this because I could kind of tell it was bones, but and anyway, it was just funny. But dog, and when you're having a birthday party, just stick for the kid pizza. Just have pizza, burgers, French fries, just plain stuff like that. You don't need to get exotic. I mean, if it's barbecue food, okay, maybe a little bit of that, but you don't got to get exotic for no kid's birthday party, especially nothing with no bones. I don't want to eat bones anywhere, man. Especially, I only want to eat food with bones at my house. I ain't trying to eat that outside the house, or especially around people I don't know. So don't bring me don't come with no bones, man. When I'm trying to eat at your house, man. That's it. That's all I got, man.
Yeah, I agree. When it comes to parties, I will say that this weekend, I think Friday night, I decided I'm gonna venture out. I'm gonna get something different to eat. My wife had went out with her friends, so she's more conservative with eating. So if she goes and does something else, I'm like, all right, this is my chance to get something new or get something different. So I was kind of in the mood for some Indian food, but there are no places close. So I saw there was an Iranian place or Mediterranean, but I think it's run by Iranians.
It's the same thing.
And I was like, okay. I was like, let me go holler at this Iranian restaurant. And so I went there, ordered some, so just something random I saw on the menu. And I got home, it wasn't that good. I ate it. Trash. It wasn't trash, but it was kind of trash.
Kind of trash.
I mean, it could just be the place, but I mean, yeah, you just gotta try. Like I like Ethiopian food. I really dig Ethiopian food, but every time I go there, man, they always talk bad about me, man. Every time I go there, because like you're supposed to eat with your hands. Like it's like served family style, and they want you to eat with your hands. So I'm like, dog, I'm not eating with my hands. I'm a grown man. First of all, this is my plate. Don't come touch my plate. Just give me 2 of these. I'm gonna pay extra, and nobody else touch these 2 plates. These mine. I'm definitely not sharing off nobody, especially people I don't know. I don't care about family, man. I'm not eating my hand and sharing with you, man. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah.
But man, if you want Indian food, there's a bunch of Indian restaurants around where I live, man. Just ton of them around here. I've only been to a couple of them, but there's some pretty good ones, man. So one day you come to Charlotte, I'll have to hook you up.
Yeah, I like the Indian food, but the Iranians, yeah, y'all lost me on that one. So what about you, Ryan? How was your week in blackness?
My week in blackness was Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker.
All right. Last King of Scotland, Forrest
Whitaker? The back of Forrest Whitaker's neck black, or just regular Forrest Whitaker?
Right in the crevices of his lazy eye, black.
And if you don't get that reference to the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck, that's a we'll talk about that later during the Bernie Mac tribute we'll have later on.
Yeah.
We'll go on.
Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna give it to Forrest Whitaker because I watched the Forrest Whitaker movie on Netflix called How It Ends. I got a chance to watch that. I'm down for all the post-apocalyptic. That's a hard word to say, y'all. It's got a hyphen in there and everything.
Not really.
It's hard for me to say every time. I think I want to say like apocalypse, and it messes me up. But yeah. So I watched that. It was cool. It was alright. You know.
Yeah, his decent. I saw
his
it.
daughter was super fine. So too bad she wasn't in it more. Like you need to be in this more often. Like let's have Will, the white dude, be lost, and the daughter go to get her husband. I'm cool with that. So we can get her some more screen time. Had to look her up. She haven't really been in nothing. So. God willing, she'll be in more stuff. And my week was crazy though, man. I mean, I'm gonna just run off topics. I'm not gonna talk about all these things. My week consisted of pink laundry, stolen dumpsters at the church, stolen chicken out the refrigerator at work, a nasty work bathroom, and I went to a black wedding. It was nice. It was so black. And I listened to a review on the Black on Black Cinema podcast about acrimony. So it don't get no blacker than that either. That review was hilarious. Didn't sound like the movie was too good, but hilarious review. So I don't really know which ones of those should I touch on.
I think you got to go work, man. I think you got to go work, fam. Do it.
Work? You want to go work?
I think you got to go work.
I want to go work. All right, let's start with let's do the chicken stolen from the fridge.
Do it.
All right, so check this out. So I'm at work. Let's start off by saying, preface this: I love my job. I love the people that I work with. I have nothing against them, but one thing that I cannot stand is people who steal other people's lunches. We had a situation where. One of my co-workers, she said that she woke up in the morning early. She had a taste for a hankering for some fried chicken. She fried it up in the morning before work. So you know you wanted some chicken if you frying some chicken early in the morning. Yeah. She fried that chicken up. I don't know if it had no season on it, but she fried that chicken up. And she said it was crispy and she couldn't wait to eat it, so much so that she ate a piece for breakfast. Then she put the rest of it in her bag, brought it to work, placed it in the refrigerator, and not by her early lunch. She went to lunch early, like 10:30. So you know that chicken must have been fire, or she couldn't wait to bite into it again, and she couldn't find it. She's just like, "Where's my chicken? Where's my chicken? Where's my chicken? Anybody see my chicken? Somebody take my chicken." And she was just like running around doing that, and I was just like, no. Haven't seen your chicken. Wasn't looking for your chicken. But what's going on?
Did she go to you immediately? Was she the first person you went to and accused?
No, she did
Remember, the Black Ryan is the black in the office.
I got another black. We got another black lady now. Yeah, the new lady.
Spread the blame around.
We might have solved the crime.
Stop it, racist. So, we all think we know who did it. My office mate and I. We were looking at each other like we think we know who did it. This person has been a suspect in plenty of other refrigerator crimes. And it became a thing. It became where everybody was in search of this chicken. Multiple people went into the refrigerator to look for it. Multiple people were asked. Everybody was called out into the hallway at one point. Not seriously, but in a joking manner. Did you eat this chicken? Do you know what happened to this chicken? When was the last time you saw said chicken? Did you ever see the chicken? They canvassed the neighborhood per se, and nobody knew anything about it. Everybody was joking about it, but she was starting to get serious about it. Like, where's my chicken? Like, I really wanted that chicken. That's not cool. And I agree. I think it's not cool ever to steal somebody's lunch. In my eyes, if you steal somebody's lunch...
Don't even touch the container my food is in the refrigerator. Don't even touch that, the outside of it.
If I was a boss and you stole food and I caught you, you are fired. You're fired immediately. You got to get up out of here. Because if I can't trust you with my food in the refrigerator that you don't even know what I was doing with at home, if I can't trust you with that, I can't trust you with thousands of dollars. or anything else in the office, I can't even trust you with the pens. You stealing pens. You stealing something.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Can't have you around. And it's bad for morale. It's bad for morale because everybody looking at everybody sideways. You know what I'm saying? A couple people was like, did Ryan eat the chicken? He knew, blah, blah, blah. And I made that face like that dude with the glasses where he get, I was like, what? I was like, I ain't eating y'all food. I don't want none of y'all food. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first reaction. I don't want none of y'all food.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know I'm a germaphobe. I don't eat other people's food. If we at a buffet, I'm probably not eating it. If we bring in a potluck, I'm not eating none of it. If you open the box of the pizza for too long, I'm not eating it. That's how serious it is. So I don't want nothing to do with it. So
now y'all didn't just go and look and see who had the greasy fingers in the office?
We did. They searched everybody's trash can. They was looking for the chicken evidence. None was found. Multiple people, like I said, went through a refrigerator. Nothing was found. Lo and behold, go ahead.
So but how do you think the food was? Do you think it was fire? Do you think she really did she have the KFC original recipe, the secret recipe, like the 11 herbs and spices? Do you think she did all that, or is it just some trash?
I don't know. She's an older lady, and she does have a dude that sends her flowers. I mean, like 2 out of 2 weeks every month. So she's got the flowers, so she's doing something right. Okay. Might be that chicken. Could be that chicken. So, shout out to her because, he put a ring on it and everything, man. He's serious. So, if your woman cooks some good chicken, put a ring on it. But, so the next day, it kind of died down, but I was like, I want to find out who stole it, because we need to get to the bottom of this. And the lady comes in my office first thing and she's like, guess what? We found the chicken. And I'm like, we found it? I was like, where was it at? And she says, it was in the bottom of the refrigerator.
She said, I think you know. That's what she said. She said, I think you know.
She said it was behind a bag in the bottom of the refrigerator. But she's like, but we checked there. Everybody checked there. Mm-hmm. Which means the thief took the chicken out to their car probably. And then when the heat got too much, they was like, I better bring this chicken back. I shouldn't even eat it. That way people stop talking about it.
So are y'all sure that it was the same piece of chicken? How do you know that this was not another piece of chicken?
She ate it, so she knows it's her chicken.
Oh, now that is nasty.
Oh, so she ate it?
Hold on, that is nasty.
She ate it. It was her chicken.
That is nasty. No. That is nasty.
What are you talking about? These people let dogs lick their ice cream. What are you talking about?
Chicken goes missing
if that chicken is out of my possession, it's been out of your possession, no, that is a no-go. You do not eat that chicken.
But she thinks that the chicken was always there.
You should have opened up with that.
No, man. There's something sinister going on in this office, man. You might have to quit this job right here, man. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you. You might just drop this job.
New job immediately. As soon as she would have ate that chicken, my resignation would have been on the boss's desk. I got to go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she ate the chicken. She didn't say she wasn't eating it.
All I know is when Ryan when you were putting this in the group chat and you were saying like the chicken finally turned up and y'all didn't give me credit on my joke, man, when I said, Ryan, if you did the R. Kelly 20-minute song of I Ate the Chicken. I thought that was an underrated joke, man.
It wasn't underrated. It wasn't funny. So I didn't
All right. No. Crickets.
I would have loved if Ryan had stolen the chicken and did like a 5-minute song on it, the R. Kelly style.
That's what whoever the chicken thief is, Ryan, should do a song like an auto-tune. So hide your voice and then go ahead and release that song. That would be pretty dope.
That would be.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm totally out on bringing food to work, man. I don't bring food to work. I'm gonna suck it up. I'm either if I'm bringing food to work, it's sitting with me in my cube. I'm just gonna heat it up, or I'm gonna sit there or just get something from outside. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not bringing food to work in the refrigerator. I hate using the microwaves in the office. They always nasty, always nasty. So like all that stuff, I just hate. I hate all that stuff, man. Forget all that. Pump that.
No, I'll take my lunch to work. From time to time. Actually took it today, and I've really never had an issue with people. I think maybe one time I got a pizza, and this is probably 6-7 years ago, and somebody ate a piece of pizza, which I think I know who did it. But that's the only time I've ever had that issue. Usually at my job, if you bring something, nobody really messes with it. But if they did, it would be a problem. Brian, I think you talked about the the trash can at your church getting stole. You're talking about the chicken getting stole. I need to get some cameras, man. You got to put a camera in the kitchen right next to the refrigerator.
Yo, but who steals a 1-ton dumpster from a church? Oh, dog, what do you do with it?
Oh, it was a dumpster? I thought
it was a dumpster.
Just a can.
It's not a trash can. No, a dumpster.
Yeah, I thought so too.
A huge dumpster. Gone.
They want it for metal.
They be scrap metal and they be scrap metal.
Crackheads to get whatever, bro. Crackhead probably put it on his back and just dipped out.
I would assume you would have to torch it up, cut it up, and take it to the recycling place or something. And the recycling people got to be down.
But is it y'all's or is it like the cities? They give
it's owned by the you lease them trash cans or whatever. They just give them to you because they'll take them when you don't pay the bill or whatever.
Okay, so they bring you another one because it's not really your property then.
Yeah,
right?
They brought another one. It was another one there by the time I got to church that night, so it didn't take long, but still
crazy.
Yeah, just look for the crackhead on the scooter with a dumpster on his back. If you see him, hit us up on social media. Send a picture.
Look, living inside it,
living
inside it like it's like a three-story mansion or something like that.
Hey, we did flood social media. There was a few shares of the story because apparently we tracked down somebody else that stole some things from the church before by doing that.
Uh-oh. Anything good? They take anything good?
I don't even remember what it was. I just heard about it.
Man, if you out there stealing from churches, kill yourself, man. Just go ahead and just end it now. Just kill yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be a special place in hell for you. I know that. All right, so let's move on. So let's see. Looking back this week in remembrance, we want to shout out Bernie Mac, who died 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
This week or last week. So in honor of Bernie Mac, can y'all want to briefly tell what your favorite Bernie Mac moment was? If any.
Yeah, sure. I'll go first. Yeah, man. Bernie Mac died 10 years ago last week. Yeah, man. I just that man. It's kind of crazy when you think like he died 10 years ago. Like, man, it seemed like that dude.
Yeah, that seemed like a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. You didn't, and it seemed like that dude just left or whatever like that. But I mean, man, he had so many great roles, like little bit parts in little movies. Like I remember. Oh man, my favorite one, the movie role that he was in Head of State. If y'all have never seen Head of State, it's with Chris Rock. It's where Chris Rock. This is before Obama, but
Chris Rock is
running for president, and Bernie Mac plays his brother, who's like a bail bondsman. And like midway through the movie, like he decides to make him the vice presidential candidate, and so he comes out on the campaign trail with Chris Rock. And just some he's got some good one-liners in there. It's not a great movie overall. It's hit or miss, but I like it. I like Chris Rock's humor and stuff like that. So, but Bernie Mac, I loved him in that. So that was my favorite. Definitely also loved him in the House Party. Was it House Party 2 or 3? I won't quote
House Party 3.
Yeah, I won't quote him what he said in House Party 3, but that was probably the first time I ever saw Bernie Mac in a movie was House Party 3, and that scene, the dinner scene, was obviously a classic. What about you, Ish?
For me, I think the most iconic role, at least I remember, was actually, well, not a role, but Kings of Comedy.
Oh yeah, for
the
sure.
Original Kings of Comedy. I mean, he was on there with a lot of guys who were given a higher billing.
Yep.
But I mean, he was the one that really tore that down.
Yep.
On the Kings of Comedy. So that was dope. And then, I mean, the Bernie Mac show, I was just so glad to see him get his own sitcom because even I think in the Kings of Comedy, he was talking about, hey, let me get a show. Everybody else got a show. I won't say nothing. And when he finally got a show, it was good. Like, it was dope. So
and the mom was kind of fun, man. The mom was kind of fun. I ain't gonna lie, man. The mom was. I didn't really like the show all that much. I watched it a few times, but I definitely tuned in more than a few times with the mom. I don't know what her name is, but man, yeah, the mom. They did some good casting there. I'll give her credit.
And also his little role in Don't Be a Menace.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty good.
That was the Forrest Whitaker, the back of the Forrest Whitaker's neck.
Right. So what about you, Ryan?
Y'all failed to mention, not that this is mine, but you failed to mention Bernie Mac's role in Transformers 1, where he was the car salesman and he sold Bumblebee to Sam Witwick.
Dog, I don't even remember this one. Oh, man.
I recently watched it with Trent, and I was like, oh, dang, I forgot Bernie Mac was in this. So that was pretty funny. He did a good job, with what he had. But I would say I guess I got to go with Ish and kind of say it was the Bernie Mac show, man. I love that show. I feel like it's underrated because we don't really talk about it like we should, considering how good it was, man. But I love that show. I used to watch it pretty much every night when it was on repeats again. And, that's the type of father I am. I feel like I love the kids, but at the same time, everything they do get on my nerves. Just be like, what are y'all doing?
Man, I'm 100% with you, dog. 100% with you. Yeah. But yeah, shouts to Bernie Mac, man. So just want to pay a little homage to him, and I guess now we'll move on to the next topic, which is also about cinema, I guess, right? We're going to talk about the Black James Bond, the more than likely Black James Bond?
James Bond, yes. Black James Bond has been in the making for a little while. I've heard about it in rumors and people saying that they wanted Idris Elba to be James Bond, but I wasn't really sure if this would ever happen or if it was anything serious because I felt like white people might revolt. They just might. But it's your story, Paul. What you got on it?
Man, I mean, first of all, it's not confirmed yet, but it sounds pretty likely. I mean, yeah, like you've been saying, it's been kind of like in the ether for the last couple of years. I don't know if you remember, like back a couple of years ago, there was like a Sony Pictures executive. Her like emails got leaked. This is like back when that Seth.
She said
Rogen,
he was too hood or something like that.
No. She was pushing for him because Sony owns the rights to the Bond franchise, and so she was pushing for him. But this is like, Daniel Craig. I think he had just recently signed on. This is like 2-3 years ago. It was back when that Seth Rogen movie was out about North Korea, and it was like kind of this big deal. And North Korea supposedly hacked like Sony, and then started leaking all these emails about how Sony runs and stuff like that. And so this email from that lady came out talking about Idris Elba, and she was pushing for him to be the James Bond and stuff like that. And then when that came out, people were like, "Oh, that's what they've been thinking about. That'd be kind of." A lot of people were like, "That'd be great," but they're like, "They probably won't do it now." Blah blah. So it seemed like it just kind of died down, and now it's gonna happen. But for me, the dude's a good actor. Have you ever seen? I don't know if y'all ever seen that. Have you ever seen the show Luther? Have y'all ever watched any of that?
Yeah, I watched it a little bit. It's good. And I don't know why I won't finish.
Yeah, it's
Luther's dope.
Yeah, Luther's dope. It's really gritty. It's really gritty. The one thing, I think he could. He's got all the qualities. First of all, he's British. He got all the qualities. I mean, he's still not old enough. He's still young enough where he can pull off the stunts and stuff and like not look too old. But he's getting up there. Plus, he can dye the hair, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing to him. He can just put the Ray Lewis stuff in his hair and be good to go. But the one thing is the accent. Like if you ever watch Luther, that's how he really talks. Is like Luther.
Right.
But when you like watch him in The Wire and stuff like that, he puts on the fake American accent. So I think a lot of it, like the American audience doesn't know that he has like a really heavy, London accent, like almost like a Cockney accent or something like that. So I'm curious to see what's he going to do with the accent if he becomes James Bond. Is he going to do the British accent, the heavy British accent? Is it going to be like some kind of like modified version, or is he going to do like not an American accent, obviously, but like something kind of in between or whatever? Because his real accent, whenever I hear him talk in his real voice, it sounds so weird to hear him say that. I was like, is that really the same dude talking like that? Because he sounds really British when he's talking, and so I don't know, but
he is really British.
He's really British, but he's got that like it's like a certain like I don't know if it's Cockney. If you ever seen a movie like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels where they're talking like Cockney, it's like real hard to understand.
Too much. I couldn't even watch that movie and it seemed good. I just couldn't.
That movie's dope, dog. But yeah, man, he just got that. So I'm curious about the accent part, but man, if he gets it, that's cool. I mean. And man, y'all winning because that's a huge franchise to give that man that much power. I mean, that movie's they're gonna do numbers that for sure. They got to sell, but man, that's a big opportunity if he gets it. And I'm sure he's gonna get it. So, props to him.
And only an American would suggests that a British actor playing a British character should probably alter his accent to make it a little more bearable. No, I think if he does get it, which it seems like things are pointing in that direction, and I think he's a perfect cast for it. Now, of course, there's a big uproar because James Bond is typically a white character and Idris Elba is a black man. But one thing you have to remember is that James Bond is a fictional character.
Right.
So,
and you've had 30 other movies where he was white. So can he be black one time?
And a bunch of different white folks, and I remember some people were like, well, it doesn't make sense in the story because James Bond's, I don't know, mother or father was Scottish or something.
But it's just an alias. It's just an alias for the, for a person that works at that, for MI6 or whatever like that. It's not the same person throughout time, right? It's supposed to be like, that's how they.
No, I think it is supposed to be the same person throughout time. They've just used different actors.
Okay, I thought it was just like that. So, there's just like the alibi they gave one dude or whatever like that. Okay, I got you.
No, because he's 007, and they got the other one like 001 or whatever like that. Gotcha. Those are the aliases. But, it's a fictional character. Again, he has all those characteristics. He's smooth. Women love him, think he's handsome. He can act his butt off, like you said. I didn't really know when he was in The Wire and was in the little Tyler Perry films in the beginning. I didn't know he was British because he just sounded like a regular black dude. And it seems like, we see a lot of that now because, British actors are taking over everything. They just killing the game. But yeah, Idris, I think he would do great. I think he should talk in his regular British accent. If you can't understand, then you're gonna need to turn on the captions or something like that. So, what about you, Ryan?
Like I was saying, to what Paul said earlier, there was a 2015 article where the writer of the novel, the James Bond novel, Trigger Mortis, they got in trouble because she said that Idris Elba was probably a bit too street for James Bond. Too street. So even though Daniel Craig looked like a straight up meth addict, but he was okay. I didn't think he looked like a straight maniac.
All right,
we thought he was a good Bond, but we can't have Idris because he was too street. But anyway,
okay. But let's get to the real joke. So so if let's assume Idris Elba becomes James Bond. It's the first black James Bond. What do they need to do to adjust the character subtly to make it more a black experience? Like what?
Nothing. We don't want this one. You don't want this one to change. No, I want him to be the same.
Yeah, James Bond is basically already black anyway.
We need him to be legit.
If he has a swisher behind his ear while he's like on a train.
No,
absolutely not.
I'm walking
James Bond.
I'm walking out.
Does not smoke swisher sweets. I'm sorry.
The dude is a classic man, and we don't need him to be nothing else.
If there's a Crown Royal sack in his tuxedo pocket, is that okay?
You about to cross some type of line. As Robert Downey said in Tropic Thunder.
Right. These jokes are as good as the one that you put in the chat that we all ignored.
Next topic.
Next time. We off this. Oh man, y'all just shut me down. Okay, I got you. I see how it goes.
Before you hang yourself, brother. We're trying to keep.
And just for the record, Black James Bond. All Hispanic people get, all the brown delegation gets is Dora the Explorer for the same week. That's all we got, Dora the Explorer. You see the imbalance there. Now, when y'all complain about roles in Hollywood, I just remember this week. That's all I want to say.
Hey, like I told you in the chat, I got to get mine, you got to get yours. Okay. We ain't got time to be looking back for y'all, man. Keep running. We running.
Orange is the new black. Orange is the new black has plenty.
Y'all do got plenty of Spanish
Hispanic actresses or actors and actresses in that.
That show been jumped the show. That's like
it should have been over 3 seasons ago.
Yeah, that show been over, man.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
All right, let's move on.
But anyway, okay. All right. So, next story: white anxiety and FauxNews. Good old Laura Ingraham was back in the news. She, I wonder sometimes, are these FauxNews people real? Are they just doing this because they know they'll get clicks, or what it is? But this is her quote. She's on TV. She said, "The America we know and love doesn't exist anymore. Massive demographic changes have been foisted on the American people, and they are changes that none of us ever voted for, and most of us don't like." And she said this is related to both illegal and legal immigration.
Well, yeah.
Now, I wonder, she must have been doing this. She must have given this little diatribe in response to Melania Trump's parents becoming citizens of the United States using that chain migration. That's what she was talking about, right?
So?
Right.
I think that was overlooked. I think she left that part out of that.
Okay. I just assume that's that. I don't know what it would have been then.
Would she go with the president's wife though, even though he don't respect her?
No, dog. No, she would not.
No, yeah,
he's being facetious.
I was being completely facetious on that. Just to point out how Fox News and Laura Ingraham was silent on that. This is something that just happened. You're silent on that, but all of a sudden, this immigration, legal and illegal immigration, and what they're saying is black and brown folks, these dark people coming in, they're saying we didn't vote for that, we did not get a say in that, and they're not happy because America is becoming more multicultural. And we've seen this multiple times, multiple instances over times where whenever immigration gets around 40%, or not immigration, but just the ethnicity, the demographics of ethnicity, whenever 40% is minorities, then there's a huge kickback in America. So, she's just dog whistling, or as somebody said, it's not even dog whistling at this point. I mean, she's just straight out being a racist. And I did see that she came back the next day and tried to say, well, look, because she did say this, she said, I'm not talking about minorities, or I'm not talking about ethnicity.
Who else would you be talking about?
She said that in her rant, and that's just like, I don't hate black people. I have a black friend. I go to a black barber, but...
A black barber.
She does not go to a black barber. She is not sitting there at the shop.
She might go to the beauty shop.
Getting the Brazilian blowout. It ain't happening.
Hey, you never know. Remember, what's the one girl's name that was on The Blaze?
The Blaze.
Yeah, the young white girl, that real conservative.
You talking about the Hasselbeck girl, right?
Tommy Lauren.
Oh, Tommy Lauren. Okay.
Tommy Lauren, or whatever. Yeah, remember she had that black boyfriend or whatever, or the love of her life, and she posted a picture.
I don't even remember this. I don't even remember this. No, I didn't know Tommy Lauren.
Yeah,
when did this happen?
This was, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. She posted something on social media and was like, oh, it's the love of my life. And it was a black dude in a suit,
That was just after. That was after all the people saying she was racist.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's my point. That's just, at some point, people who are bigots or racists, they have to try to say, look, I'm not racist. This is not what I mean. But clearly, Laura Ingraham, we know what she's talking about. Like, she didn't even try to hide it or make it a secret, other than to say, oh, I don't mean minorities. But.
And she wouldn't even care if they voted the way she wants them to vote, and that, or if they didn't have the right to vote, then she wouldn't even care about any of this demographic changes. It'd be all oblivious. It's all to her political ends and the agenda that she's trying to push. So man, I ain't too much to say about this. I mean, the other interesting thing was that the story mentioned that Fox News was almost basically 100% white audience completely. I know black people don't watch it. I guess I'm not shocked, but it's still shocking to know that there's a channel that no minorities watch, hardly at all. I mean, there's got to be a few, but yeah, it's just so hard to register. But I mean, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, I never have it on. Only time I turn it on is like when there's like elections, and then there. I just kind of want to see like the opposite side, like especially if they're losing. So I think
once I stop watching Fox News back during the George Bush era, like the 1% went to zero. Like as soon as I change the channel.
I feel like I don't feel like that number's accurate. I think what's really happening there is, what black person is really going to admit that they watch Fox News? If somebody calls you to do a poll, even if you watch it, you're not going to admit it.
That sheriff from Milwaukee.
Yeah, but that's from the Nielsen box. I mean, it's from the Nielsen box. I know everybody doesn't have it, but I know DirecTV had an option where you could click on the Nielsen rating, so they would rate you.
Oh man, the Nielsen used to send me like little flyers asking me to fill out this survey or whatever like that, and they'd give me like $1.
$2.
Yeah, and I'd just be like, keep it. I don't want to fill out your survey. Like, nah, man, I don't want
your $2. They just send you $2 cash in the mail.
I'm not writing down what I've watched for a whole week, like flipping around. I'm not doing it, dog. I flip around too much to keep up with that. Get up out of here.
Yeah, I think that's probably, the percentage is low. I think it's probably 4% or something like that. But there's still some black people that watch that. I'm certain of it.
I know I've come into like gyms and like seen like Fox News on it at different times, you know, because it'll be like on the treadmill, or sometimes like even worse is when it's up on the TV and you just can't turn away, so you know it's just on, you just get nothing watching. Like, man, I just you know, I mean, all the political shows are one thing, like that's not even news. That's just like, you know, that's just opinion. They're opinion shows, I should say. And then some of the,
when you walk into a spot and Fox News is on either TV or radio, do you immediately be like, uh-oh, like I'm like I need to
know like,
where
I'm in enemy territory. You
right.
know, I got to watch my back. Those spidey senses go up, and so you
like,
start to look around. Like, okay, all right, where's the threat?
Look, man, at my headquarters, my company's headquarters, we got a gym, and so they have like, you know, multiple TVs, kind of all, but they're all up on the top, you know, up like, you know, mounted to the ceiling or whatever like that. You can change them if you wanted to, but like they have signs that say please do not change the channel, so they're all kind of set. And so, like, if you're on the treadmills, there's like 4 TVs, and like 2 are on CNN, 2 are on Fox. And you just, like, you know, if it's crowded and if it's empty, you go where you want. You know, if you don't care, it's cool. But if you want one TV or want to see this one thing, you know, if that's your thing, you can just use the headphones and listen in. But like, I just, you know, so I just get caught and you can't change it, so you just have to watch it. It's like, man, it's just craziness what you're seeing up there. It's like it's just so far out there, like just the agendas they're pushing on some of these stories. It's like, man, you just really see it. Like, man, it's just it can really, you know, this stuff does work, man. It does influence people for better or worse. And maybe I'm being influenced, you know, on the other side with stuff I watch. I don't know, man, but it just seems so comical when you watch some of this stuff on there. It's just like everything's like, did Obama do this? Did Obama secretly conspire to do that? And it's like, dude, this man...
Who stole the refrigerator chicken? It was Obama.
Yo, you know who I used to feel sorry for? I used to feel sorry for that dude, Alan Combs, on Sean Hannity.
Oh, man.
He used to be getting roasted. Man, I was like, hey, like, it's not even fair because they setting you up to lose, though. Like, that's your job. And I felt like he kind of believed what he was saying, and he just was sad every day. Getting beat down.
He was just, man. Look,
was he black? Is he
no,
black?
He was, no. Man, he was man. Look, this is like a nerdy white dude. He actually died recently, not too long ago.
Oh, really?
And I want to say, I don't think Hannity even said anything. I think, like, you know, Fox News, you know, they put out a statement, but I don't even think Hannity said it. Like probably like F that dude. But man, he was literally just a human punching bag. He was like that. Yeah, he was like a human punching bag every night. He just get beat up by
You don't
Sean
remember
Hannity.
Ish? It was Hannity and Combs. That was the name of the show.
Nah, I never really watched them like that. So
they show was ridiculous, but he was always set up to fail. Like, he would say something and then Hannity would talk for 20 minutes.
he was a well.
So here's a question.
Go ahead.
What would it take for y'all to get in that position? Like, if Fox News came to you and was like, hey, we're trying to diversify, and you knew you were going to be the token black person or the token brown person, but what's the number that it would take for you to accept that role to go on there? And now you get to make your points, but you know that the odds are going to be stacked against you every night.
Hey.
Man, you got to give me at least. I got to be pulling at least $500,000 a year. If I'm pulling $500,000 a year, I can at least
That's
right
it?
now. I mean, that's because I'm starting the base. I don't know what. I'm sure Combs was probably making, you know, $2 million a year just getting beat up like that. But yeah, well,
He's making more than that.
Paul, cheap date.
Right, what you talking about, dude? I was thinking like tens of millions.
$10s of millions.
Like, I got to get at least $25 million.
Hold on, but no, Ish didn't say it like I just be the human punch bag. He said I could say what I want to say. No, he didn't. He said you get your points across. He just said to be on.
Yeah,
there.
you get to say what you say, but you know
if you give me $500,000 to go on there and spit fire on and try to roast people, I'm cool. Yeah, $500,000 a year, I can do that. If you talking about me going there and just losing all my dignity and just being like the Ben Carson Omarosa of Fox News, yeah, okay, it's gonna be a lot higher price point.
How long is said contract?
Just 1 year. Just 1 year. Man, don't act. Come on now.
It's got to be change your life money, man. It's got to be like $10 million so I can just go away. 10, 15 million. So
if you're allowed to spit fire back, man, then
but you're not. It's gonna be so frustrating, man, because everybody on there is ridiculous, and you gotta listen to that all day long in the break room, during the commercials. Like, look, did you see Combs' face every day, man?
Dog,
he looks sad.
It don't matter, man, because I'm like, Sean Hannity talking about he got all those karate moves. When I drop kick him on site, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth all that, man. It ain't.
Yeah, I might take $500K. I might take Paul money. I take the short money, but it's gonna come with a condition, and I'm gonna say this needs to be $500,000 plus. I need 2 pardons from Trump for smacking one of y'all in the face. I need 2. You know they doing that at Fox News. They helping people get pardons. So if y'all promise to give me 2 pardons for smacking the mess out of Hannity or whoever else, then I'm good. I'll take it.
I will say the women on there are fine though, man. They know how to hire those those female newscasters. I give props to Fox News on that. Now, of course,
where the right women at? Where the right women at?
Of course, now clearly they harass the hell out of them behind the scenes, which is wrong. But
right,
yeah,
clearly.
Paul is in his Tiger Woods.
Hey, you saw that picture I put in the group chat. Tiger Woods is back on his
right.
his
I posted that on the gram.
Oh, you saw it, man. Hey, that girl was looking at him like a whole snack.
and that was the winner's girlfriend too. That was Brooks Koepka.
And then, did you see the other clip of Tiger? He like some other girl came up and kissed him on the mouth, and I thought they said that was like another dude's another player's wife or girlfriend or something like that. She kissed him like right on the mouth and hugged him. And I want to say slapped on he slapped on the butt or she slapped on the butt. I can't remember. It was something like that. I was like, man, what is going on here? Tiger's back on it, man. I need a
link if that happened. That's great.
Well, Laura Ingraham, Paul is checking for you clearly. So shout out to Laura Ingraham from Wine Papi. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic.
Let's go on to Omarosa.
Still in the Fox News world.
Oh, let's go on to Omarosa. Let's do Omarosa.
Yeah. Still in the Fox News land, but Omarosa.
Oh yeah.
Omarosa Manigault, I forget the other part of her last name.
Who cares?
Is back in the news. She dropped this book, of course, about Trump. She has some tape of Trump. I don't know whose story this is. Yeah, Manigault Newman, Reverend Omarosa Manigault. Reverend too. She is. So I don't know whose story it is.
Your own reverence.
Take it
your
over
own
and
reverence,
flesh it
dog.
out.
Man, get the story up out of here. I'm sick of this lady. It is funny listening to some of the tape she's dropping, but she is. I mean, this is all to sell books, and man, I just can't get with her, man. I never could get with her. She was always. It's just too much of a character, too much anything. But it just stands like why was she even hired? Like why like what is she doing there? She's doing nothing, getting paid a government salary to literally do nothing just because she sucks up to the president and would always say good things about it. And then he even if you saw the tweets today, he basically dissed her, said she was a lowlife. The chief of staff saying had ethical violations, all stuff like that. It's like, why, nobody ever said anything good about her, and Trump's known her for years.
Her ethical violation was being black.
Probably, but I mean, so this is. I don't feel bad for the lady. I mean, this is what you get. You try to run with these people, these clowns, and you got made a clown out of it yourself, and you already were a clown. So I'm good riddance to bad rubbish. That's what I say. What about y'all?
Yeah, I think Omarosa. We always knew that it would end like this with Omarosa because. I mean, she is a person she just takes advantage of the situation. You knew that this was about her getting the bag. She didn't really care about Trump or his beliefs. I don't think she really has beliefs of her own. I think she's just willing to do whatever she has to do to get that bag or to stay in the media or whatever. So, with her being like that, and Trump is really the same way. He really doesn't have any moral compass. He just going to go with where he thinks he can be successful. So you knew that this was going to blow up. In the end, the tapes that she has leaked so far have been trash.
Man, trash. The first one, yeah. That's trash.
It was John Kelly firing her.
And she trying to say it's a threat. Maybe.
And I think it was.
Maybe, but it
was. He was saying we're going to damage your reputation.
But I think they also knew that just knowing, anybody knowing the kind of personality she is, you knew she was going to spit fire.
Hella shady.
Yeah, you knew she was going to. You knew she was going to do it exactly what she's doing right now. So he knew where this is going to go. So anyway,
and that, the job that they gave her was something like, director of African American outreach or something like that. So
do nothing
Trump
position,
always gives the black people like the black jobs. Like he gave the brain surgeon urban housing, and because it had urban in it. And with Omarosa, he's like, all right, we need you to have outreach to the blacks. And
my blacks.
The thing is when she first got in office, she went and spoke with the NNPA, like the National Newspaper Publishers Association, which is basically black publishers. And they said that I think 15 minutes into her talk, like she stormed out because people were asking her questions and they were saying, hey, look, this president basically is racist, or he's been having policies and saying things that are not beneficial to our community. And she went off on them and stormed out after like 15 minutes. So
she's like,
she wasn't doing nothing
you're
for
gonna
black
cost
folks.
me my job. Oh my God.
Right. She was in this for the book deal the whole time.
Yeah.
And for the access to the president.
Yeah, I mean, every time I'd see like the press conferences, because she'd always be in the press room when they do like the press, Sean Spicer would be doing the press brief, and she'd be kind of sitting over there. I'm like, what is she doing? Like, why is she there? It was so weird just seeing her there. And then you just hear these stories now, like she basically not doing nothing. She's abusing public, government vehicles, just taking them off, not showing to meetings, not showing to work. She had her entire wedding party, like they just come strolling through the White House to take pictures and stuff like that. Because she, it's all about her, man. It's like, this is what we want.
Man, keep it real. If you worked at the White House, you would walk your whole family through there too. I mean, that's probably the most black thing that she done. Because I know if I worked in the White House, my pops would show up with all my siblings and his grandkids. And, everybody coming through. Grandma, aunties, cousins, everybody coming through the White House. I don't hold her accountable for that. Sorry.
I'm holding her accountable for that, man. Go do that somewhere else, man. It's a place of business. Go do that somewhere else. I understand what you're saying, but schedule that on the weekend, not like a weekday. Just have everybody walking through there unannounced while other people are trying to get work done, man. Just that there's a time and place for what you're exactly what you're talking about. I recognize that, but just they said she was just unannounced, just bringing people up in there, and that ain't right. So that's my feel on it. But man, did you see the thing where she was talking about like John Kelly on an interview today, and she was like, how she was violated and how he was threatening her, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, and he did not give me a chance to talk to Donald Trump, and he did not give me a chance to call my husband. I was like, dog, like you need to call your husband after you got fired for something you did wrong. What's your husband gonna do? He don't work here. Like it was just, she's nuts, man. She's crazy, and man, I'm never buying that book. I hope she does release more tapes. I don't think she has anything good, anything else left juicy. She keeps talking about Trump said the N-word, which I wouldn't doubt he probably has, but I don't think she has a tape of it. So unless she's got something like that, man, I hope she just goes away. That's all I can say.
I'm all about her bringing Trump down.
The only man of GOAT I rock with is Earl the GOAT Manigault. The greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah, but that movie, that movie with my man,
that movie was dope.
That movie was not dope, but Don Cheadle was great.
Dope. That's one of the best basketball movies ever.
It was.
Come on. What you think, Ish? Weigh in on that. The Earl the GOAT Manigault story, one of the best basketball movies ever.
I don't know if I would go that far, but it was a good movie. I liked it. It was definitely a good movie. It was definitely a good movie. So I'm going to give it the thumbs up. It was not trash. It was good. I don't know if I call it one of the best, but I have to go back and look at that.
Voted for Sunset Park.
Back to Omarosa for 1 second. Part of me thinks that this is all a conspiracy. This is all planned. She got fired. It got faked. And she's writing this book, and this is all part of the distraction. This is all part of the circus to distract us from whatever is really coming down the pike. And that's another angle of this. I do believe that conspiracy right there. Because they've been too close for years and years and years. They got each other's direct phone numbers. I wouldn't doubt if all this is kind of set up. I wouldn't be shocked by any of this.
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, the president is just a person who flips like that on everybody. I mean, he's flipped like that on Cohen now. Like anybody who says something mean about him, then they're a loser or they're whatever. So
called her a lowlife. Called her a lowlife this morning.
Yeah, lowlife. So I don't feel like this is fake. I just feel like this is the way it was going to end. When she took that job, she knew, okay, I can get a good book deal out of it. And more power to her. If you can come up like that, then good for you. Here's where I will give her credit, is she said that she basically took blame for helping to lie to the people, lie to the American people or whatever, which is true. I mean, you got to deal with that. So it's not like you can come back running to black folks now like, hey, embrace me. We still not checking for Omarosa. Like, she's not invited to the cookout.
But by doing that, she incensed and self-destructed her life because nobody mess with her now. Like, where can she go? Where can she go?
Rich though.
I don't think she's rich. I don't think she's rich.
She probably is. She probably all right. Who is her husband?
Good,
is he black?
He's some reverend. He owns some little church down there, in Florida. But yeah, that's it. But yeah, how's your church going to do when you're associated with this campaign, this presidency? It's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah, she was engaged to Green Mile dude, so she might have got that bread when he passed.
Oh, Michael Clark Duncan. Okay.
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan. But I think she's good financially. She's good, and in America, as long as you're a celebrity, you can make money.
Oh yeah,
you're never gonna be broke as long as people know you.
She's gonna be on Big Brother very soon if she hasn't been already. I'm sure she's gonna be on Survivor or something like that. Yeah, she's gonna be on something else like that. She's gonna be on that Terrace House. She's gonna be on Terrace House.
No, watching absolutely not.
Dude, absolutely not. She gonna be on Fox News. She gonna have her. She gonna be the new Combs.
Nah, they won't have her because she's gonna trash the president.
But they need somebody. They need somebody that they can just make feel like dirt every day.
I can't listen to her talk, man. It's all about her. I just can't listen to her talk, man. So I'm sorry. I ain't here for that. I'll block that channel. I'll figure out a way to block that channel.
All right, let's go. So I think we spent enough time on Miss Manigault.
Yep.
You're a disgrace to the name.
All right.
Man.
Can I do the last topic?
I feel like you did all the topics.
Take us home.
I talk too much. I know. So last topic. We always got to end with a light one. So this topic came out last week. So there's going to be a national pizza museum, and it's going to be hosted in the city of Chicago. And so they're going to have a pizza museum open in a couple years. And I just want to get the Black Delegation's take on deep dish pizza, a very Chicago thing. What do y'all think about deep dish? Do you think this is deserving to be the home of the National Pizza Museum?
Ryan?
I'm gonna say it's better than New York. So let's say that first of all. Anytime I get a chance, I gotta diss New York because they think they got the best everything. So they gonna say we also got the best pizza. Every pizza on every block is better than everything else that ever existed. Stop it, New York. Y'all gotta stop it. You got any listeners out there? I love y'all. Y'all probably cool. Shout out to Big G and Ghost.
So just to clarify, y'all. So just to clarify, your team deep dish.
No on the pizza.
Your team deep dish on this.
No deep dish. That doesn't mean I'm deep dish. I hate deep dish pizza. Pizza is my favorite food. The worst thing about pizza is having too much crust. Get out of here with that. I went to Chicago, tried deep dish pizza. Everybody thought it was so great. Why I got to eat this pizza with a fork? This is ridiculous. It's no longer pizza. Let's cut that off.
I remember this trip. I recommended the place you went to, remember?
Yeah. It was good pizza, but can we cut some of that bread off?
I feel you, dog.
Get it out of here.
I feel you. What about you,
Ishmael?
I don't know what y'all have been smoking this evening, but whatever it is, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to get out of here with that, man. Deep dish pizza is the bomb. Deep dish pizza is the preferred pizza.
What?
Like, now Chicago style is a little different. Chicago style, it really has to be the right place because they put the sauce on top, and that can be a little weird. But just straight up deep dish, thick pizza, man, I love it. Whenever I order pizza from a place that has deep dish as an option, I'm going with the deep dish.
Yeah, if you get deep dish Pizza Hut though, but if you get that Chicago deep dish, that's trash.
No, it's not. It's glorious. It's wonderful.
I mean, it's not.
Well, it's not the same dude that's eating Iranian food though. Man.
This is the same dude that every time we get off the podcast at 12 o'clock at night goes in there and cooks the food for us. Right. He probably about to get off this phone right now and go just whip him up a deep dish pizza and eat the whole thing.
I'm about to go find one. Absolutely. Only thing better than deep dish pizza is deep dish pizza at midnight.
Oh, man, yeah, it's just too much. It's just too much carbs. Give me thin crust any day over deep dish. So when I saw the story, I was like, man, how can I mean, I've tried deep dish. It's not bad, but it's not really pizza. It's a pie. It's a pie. That's what it is. It's not a pizza.
It's glorious.
Let's not disrespect pie. It's not even a pie. It's not.
I'm from STL, so we rock with the thin crust pizza, which I like thin crust pizza. I like regular crust. I do agree with you, Ryan, that I think New York style pizza is overrated. I'm not a big fan of the floppy folding.
Yeah, get out of here.
There are some ways where you can make it really good, but
you gotta have it's gotta be the right paper plate, the right cheap ass paper plate where the grease is going all the way through. That's what you need, man. That's how you know it's a good slice, man.
Them paper plates my mama be buying, them paper plates trash, man. No, I don't want my paper plates folded, and I don't want pizza folded either.
Yeah,
some Dixie plates.
Pizza folded, there's something wrong with that. But I'm all about, give me a deep dish, like either wood or stone fire pizza, and I'm with it, man.
You think you know a dude, and then you hear this take right here, and then you just have to change your whole view on him, Ryan. I just don't know about this dude, man. I don't know about this dude.
The delegation is, I don't know. Are we split? We seem like we kind of split.
Yeah, we split in all different directions. Yeah. Like if we go out to get pizza, it's gonna get interesting.
Everybody gotta get a different pizza.
We got that right. We got the personal pizzas. Ain't no pizza sharing on the Black Delegates.
That's right. And don't touch my slice either, right, Ryan?
That's right. Don't open my box either. All right, good episode, fellas. Of course, we ran the same amount of times we run every week. So the time Nazi Ishmael is gonna be upset. He's gonna be stomping his feet. He's pulling his hair out right now, but it's what we do. So, Ishmael, where can they find us?
You can find the Black Delegates podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Black Delegates. There's an underscore between Black and Delegates. You can follow Ryan on Twitter at The Black Ryan. You can follow me on Twitter or IG at Ish Creates. That's ISH Creates. Make sure you can listen to us anywhere on any of your favorite podcast apps. And there might be one or two where you can't, but we're just going to go with anywhere. Paul, what can they do if they want to support the pod?
If you want to support the pod, please go out to your favorite podcast site, wherever you've listened to this episode, and like us, write a review if you want. Tell us how we did. Tell us what we can improve. We're always willing to take feedback. And more importantly, tell a friend. Just tell a friend.
And send us some Cash App.
If we can get paid for this, that would be nice.
That would be really nice. But yeah, it's a very saturated market right now. So we're cool with it. We're doing it for the love. We just three dudes talking, man. Three friends talking, man. Just debating issues, talking about what's going on in our lives. That's all it is, man. It's cool.
All right. So with that being said, I don't see how y'all can say that the Earl to Go Man Ago wasn't the best basketball movie. One of the best. I said one of the best. We got He Got Game, White Man Can't Jump, Above the Rim, Sunset Park. I'm not saying Hoosiers.
You gotta say Hoosiers.
Get out of here with that.
Say Hoosiers.
Basketball movies with black people in them.
There
but
was
you can't
one.
say
he was on the
Earl
losing
to Go
team.
Man Ago is not the top 5. You could try to throw in some of those other whack ones. Joanna Man, Just Right. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about real where people was hooping.
White Men Can't Jump is the best basketball movie of all time. It's not even close. It's not even close.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
White Man Can't Jump is the best basketball movie of all time.
That's a fact.
I hate basketball movies with actors that can't hoop.
Yeah, because
that's the worst.
The moves are trash. The defense don't even look realistic.
You didn't believe Wesley Snipes in the biker shorts and the biker shorts and the biker hat could not hoop, man. He looked like he could hoop in there.
He looked like he could hoop. He looked all right.
I wasn't talking about that. I mean, he was all right. I wasn't talking about White Man. I'm just talking about in general.
Yeah.
Dog, Rosie Perez's boobie was in there, and that's all I gotta say. That movie was awesome. I hit rewind on that many a time as a kid. That's the homie right there. So I had to watch that many a time. Don't act like y'all don't know the scene.
Words that start with Q for 500.
Don't act like y'all don't know the scene I'm talking about, and don't act like y'all didn't watch it 3,000 times like I did.
I did not, sir. All right. On that note, I think we gotta go.
We're cutting all that out.
I'm not cutting none of that out. We just gotta stay.